one fall. Introducing first from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, weighing 217 pounds, the Bastard, PAC.
Nigel, PAC believes that he is the better wrestler than Darby Allin. They have already met once before, just about 5 years ago. Just over 5 years ago, excuse me, and PAC scored the victory that night. But we've seen the evolution of Darby Allin before our eyes, but likewise, PAC has maintained his world-class ability. PAC may have been a better wrestler 5.5 years ago. Is he tonight? And what did the second-degree burns that Darby Allin suffered at PAC's hands have to do with it?
Well, I certainly think he's going to give Darby Allin more motivation, but motivation is all well and good when you're facing a man with the power and the technical expertise as PAC. We saw how blood and guts PAC threw Darby Allin through that flaming table. He said that when you face me in a traditional match, we saw how Darby Allin likes to use weapons. He's used a bear spray, a cattle prod, a Molotov cocktail,
a flamethrower.
None of it is legal against this man, and in my mind, that means that Darby Allin is a severe underdog as he faces this member of the Death Riders. Invisible man there, all bandaged up. We're about to see him. See what risks this reckless daredevil is going to take.
And his opponent from Seattle, Washington, weighing 175 pounds, Darby Allin.
You know, guys, as we saw in the video, it's been a lot more that PAC has done to Darby Allin than just throw him on that table on fire. We saw him throw him on the top of that casket. We saw him put him in a body bag and throw him in a casket. Darby Allin has more than enough reason to want to get back at PAC, and of course, the Death Riders as well.
It was the return of the Bastard PAC that played an outsized role in the victory for Jon Moxley in the casket match with Darby Allin a couple months ago. And since then, it seems like the Bastard has had the relentless Darby Allin firmly in his sights. See Darby coming to the ring with the bat. But PAC, he's promised a clean match, Nigel. No chicanery, no shenanigans, as it were, that he will beat Darby in a wrestling match.
You wonder whether you can trust Darby Allin to stick to that stipulation. Like I said, Darby Allin's made a career out of the use of weapons, taken violence to an entire new level. One of the most resilient wrestlers that I have ever seen. He and Moxley are perhaps two faces of the same hardcore coin. He's led the fight against the Death Riders on a number of occasions. He said, if you want to burn AEW to the ground, don't be surprised when I pull you into the fire.
Look at the bandages.
Around the midsection, you can see creeping up to the shoulder of Darby Allin as well. The bandage around the right arm, second-degree burns, multiple locations on the body of Darby Allin were suffered in that blood and guts match 10 days ago.
See, a big breath from Darby Allin. Really feeling the burns on his back. His right arm, excuse me.
You know, let's not forget that Darby Excalibur does have an amateur wrestling background. I know he's a daredevil, but he can wrestle too.
Seen it on a number of occasions that Darby Allin, He's got a lot of tricks in his bag. He's, as you mentioned, not just a daredevil. He's not a one-trick pony, but nice escape there by PAC, or excuse me, by Darby, and PAC taking over the top with the arm drag. Nigel, Darby Allin typically with the speed advantage on his opponent, but I would say that PAC with the explosivity, the power in his legs, I think he can match Darby step for step.
I definitely think so. In any kind of physical estimation, PAC is the advantage, but the wild card, Darby Allin, it all comes down to what risk this man is willing to take. Here we go, hold on.
Oh, the roll up by Darby, countering PAC, and now deep arm drag again.
Hey guys, we're about, what, 2 minutes into this match, and Darby's out wrestling PAC right now. It's very apparent, and PAC knows it. Look at the face.
Nice start, certainly, from Allin. Some beautiful Ricky Steamboat arm drags there, but right now, see if we get a clean break.
It's a great start, as you both mentioned, but can Darby continue to push this pace, especially with the burns he suffered just over a week ago? PAC launches up over the top. Wow, vaults out, and Darby right there! Great timing by Darby to land the drop kick, sending the bastard crashing into the corner.
Yeah, PAC looked really pleased about the nip up, but Darby Allin one step ahead.
Darby playing the smart game right now. Just hold in the center of the ring. Kind of unlike him, too.
Take a look at this beautiful agility, but yeah, you could see on his face, look what I did, and then, oh, Darby Allin, look what I can do, too.
The maturation process of Darby Allin, the growth that we have seen over the last 6+ years here in AEW, Tony, it's been exceptional.
Yeah. It really has. And as PAC walks by our broadcast table, I'm always amazed at how in shape this young man is. It's amazing.
An incredible physique. You know, it's not just the time he spends in the gym, it's the time, it's how he eats. He watches his calories, trains as well like a demon. His cardio, almost a perfect soldier of the Death Riders.
Side headlock taken by Darby Allin. PAC attempted to reverse. Darby, though, gets up. Arm drag, but PAC once again able to vault out. Drops underneath, and just a 1 count. PAC kicks out, but Darby had a plan, too. Nice bridge up, and Darby captures a crucifix, and Darby a half second away from taking this match. And PAC, I would have to imagine, Tony, is, whether he shows it or not in his face, getting frustrated.
Oh, there's no doubt. Darby has wrestled a remarkable match thus far. He's been 1 step ahead every time. Again, it was smart, I think, for him to stay in the ring while PAC was on the outside. And look at him once again, just a side headlock takedown.
I'll give you, Tony, if this was scored on points, certainly Darby Allin would be up at the moment, but not at one point has he ever really had PAC in any trouble.
PAC now at the head of Darby Allin, scissored, and PAC was pressing up on those arms to put even more torque, more punishment on the neck, as Darby trying to extricate himself, does, and now...
Trouble now, Nigel.
Whoa. Just about, though, and PAC realized and quickly got to the bottom rope.
Looked like a modified version of the Scorpion Deathlock. The hold that won Sting so many championships throughout his Hall of Fame career, the knowledge that he passed on down to Darby Allin, but Darby just got rocked with an elbow straight to the jaw by the bastard.
That's a good point. It's hard to measure what Sting meant to Darby's career, but you can see it each and every time he comes out. I think confidence is a big part of what
Wait a
Sting
second,
meant
wait a
to him.
second.
No.
Not this way.
Yes, he's going to go this way.
Watch that. I'm moving.
He could throw him on the... to the floor!
I thought for sure he was going to throw him on top of the table, and that would have broken the kid's back.
Darby Allin, the press slam delivered by PAC, sending Darby to the floor as we take another look. And remember, 10 days removed from suffering.
Listen to this.
10 days removed from suffering second-degree burns, severe burns over his body. during that blood and guts match.
And it was that exact same trajectory, admittedly further and through a flaming table. The exact same impact as Darby Allin now. He's going to have to try to beat this count. The official up to 4. Darby Allin gasping for air, barely moving.
After that slam, Nigel and Excalibur, I think Burns is the least of the problems for Darby Allin right now.
Hear the wind knocked out of his lungs. Up to 7.
Darby to his feet, and he beats the referee's count of 10 on the floor, but unable to come into the ring and defend himself as PAC just a stomp to the back of the neck.
Oh, now here we go.
Look at this. Now listen, second-degree burns means that it was blistered up. Obviously the blisters have popped right now. The pain is still there, and you know, you can get an infection from it. Look at this.
Oh no!
You can see where the burns were on the arm right there. Look at that.
And PAC using the friction of his own hands to attack those burns, now digging the fingers into the spine. And
I gotta call a spade, and how ironic that after PAC asked for a traditional wrestling match, it was throwing Darby Allin to the mat on the outside and running his nails through the secondary burns, which was turned
and
there it is. There's the
cover made. 1, 2. Darby picks out. Yeah, we got a great look at the burns on the back and the arm of Darby Allin, but look at the whiplash, the intense whiplash delivered here. Oh.
right underneath that middle rope, and we call them a rope, but it's actually a steel cable. Very little give, just enough give to sling your body and your spine back.
You know, we talk so much about the burns on Darby's back. There were puncture wounds as well, scrapes as well. More than two.
Oh my God! Really taking out a cameraman on the outside.
Holy smokes!
Good Lord, I don't know if we get a shot of that, but
that was unbelievable.
Darby Allin trying to brace for impact, and in doing so, missed the corner entirely. Look at this, he covers up, but in doing so, whoa!
And you noticed how PAC, it wasn't just a hammer throw. There was a twist of the wrist, and PAC laid out with it completely. That's what caused Darby's body to change course and fly in between the top and the middle rope.
A terrible landing for Allin. Already was thrown a good 10 to 12 feet down to the mat. I mean, we say it every time Darby Allin's in the ring, one of the most resilient wrestlers I've ever seen. But everybody's got their limit.
I agree. I just wonder how much a body can take. How much he has taken throughout his AEW career.
Well, not just his AEW career. I mean, think about as a young man. Well, PAC going for the cover here. 1, 2. Darby kicking out. The injuries that Darby sustained in skateboarding.
Sure.
Broke both of his legs. Skateboarding, had to sit on his skateboard and wheel himself to the hospital.
Right.
That was before he ever set foot in a professional wrestling ring. Darby, he's been put through the ringer his entire life. Admittedly, sometimes by himself, by his own actions. And he's proven to be so relentless, Nigel, but at the end of the day, as you mentioned, he is only human.
Sometimes you might question whether he enjoys the pain. Masochist.
Andrew Channing, you can't kill him. And I'm kind of agreeing with him. Look at this kid fight back.
Darby using those open-handed strikes. PAC was covering up at the knee to the midsection. Darby sent to the outside. PAC, I think, trying to buy himself a little breathing room. And Darby was waiting, and now just rabbit punches. As PAC hung up in the ring apron.
Wait a second.
Darby on the move, and Darby with the tope!
Let's not forget, all this offensive explosion happened just minutes after Darby took that nasty spill on the outside.
Now understandably gasping for air there. Just look at the speed, like a torpedo, driving PAC to the ringside barricade.
Darby stumbling forward, setting up a chair on the floor as he's got PAC in the chair. We've seen Darby do this type of attack before, Tony.
Oh, no.
It's incredibly risky, as are most things that Darby does.
Reckless.
Watch out.
Fearless.
Oh, good God.
The drop kick from the top.
Look at Darby.
PAC eating both barrels and crashing the back of his head, striking our announce desk, but watch how Darby lands.
That is a long way down. And to your point, with a missile drop kick, you try to take away a lot of your momentum so that when you land, you don't get as much impact. But when you're falling that far, it's very hard to take it. Let's take another look. You imagine coming down from that height and trying to protect yourself at the same time as you're trying to deliver a drop kick.
Darby returns PAC to the ring, but labored movement on behalf of Darby is shoulder to the midsection. Sunset flip, no, PAC. Oh. Kick to that knee, Darby baiting him in, and now front guillotine. Can't see if Darby has completed the grip.
The forearm, the left forearm across the carotid artery of PAC, but probably not in tight enough because PAC, strongly muscular neck and shoulders, protecting himself.
PAC.
What power by PAC.
Tremendous strength, and Darby goes over the top. PAC, the thrust kick, and German suplex. Darby, his momentum carried him through, and now Darby on the attack. Oh, Darby, the belly-to-belly suplex into the corner.
PAC's not done, guys.
Oh, but Darby comes firing back with a lariat.
Well, guys, the Continental Classic begins Wednesday. Darby last year in the Continental Classic had his problems with Claudio. He faced Will Ospreay, if you'll recall, one of the best matches we ever seen. The Continental Classic begins on Dynamite, Thanksgiving Eve, this coming Wednesday. Live on TBS from Nashville. Wow. What shape will Darby be in going into that? Or PAC?
Nigel, that was a case where PAC's speed actually worked against him because he was coming at Darby so quickly that he didn't have time to adjust for Darby's lariat.
Exactly, and Darby Allin was lying in wait and knew that fact precisely. Right now, looking to follow up. All technical wrestling, understandably gone right out the window.
Coffin, no, the coffin drop, countered by PAC.
Nigel, to your point, I think we knew it would go out the window. We just didn't know when.
PAC building up speed. We've seen him do this, and we've seen him.
Oh, that's it. That is it.
That powerful, powerful lariat. 1, 2, 3. No!
Too resilient.
Look, he's following up quickly.
He's going for the brutalizer, Excalibur, I do believe.
The brutalizer is cinched in, center of the ring. Darby Allin in serious trouble here.
We saw in that I Quit match with John Moxley, Darby Allin, the last man on earth to ever give up, but be that as it may pass out here.
That could be a case of Darby Allin's body betraying him, but he's pivoted onto that hip. He's using his feet to dig in, to scoot, to try to make it to the bottom rope to force a referee break. And you can see PAC struggling mightily to keep Darby anchored towards center.
Both men realize how important the bottom rope is, because if Darby Allin can touch it, which he does there, it'll force the break from the official.
But PAC holding on for maximum effect. He had till 5, using almost all of the count, Tony.
Darby looks like he's out. I mean, he can barely. And the fans with the awesome chant already. Boy, we've got a full night of full gear.
They are crammed to the rafters here.
It's been a great venue for AEW.
PAC, a little reticent, slow to follow up here.
Nigel, when you are somebody as accomplished as PAC with that brutalizer. You've used it so effectively. For Darby to be in it for that long, and to what is PAC? Looked like he was probing for something.
They're trying to pull the padding from the turnbuckle off to expose it, to use it as a weapon.
And the pump kick. Oh, you see how Darby's head just rocked back from that
will
one.
do. I mean, the backstage scuttlebutt is that after the injury to the ankle, the PAC has a metal plate in his foot now.
That's
the case.
Wow, kick.
May have broken a jaw on that one with that metal plate.
PAC to the top. Black Arrow, one of the most dangerous weapons in his arsenal. Oh, buddy was home, and Darby picks the ankle.
Oh, here it is.
They're gonna step through with the Scorpion Deathlock.
Well, this is how he made John Moxley say I quit.
Wait a minute, what's he waving?
He's beckoning someone in.
That's Wheeler Yuta.
Wheeler Yuta!
And
The hell?
PAC said there would be none of this, that he would beat Darby on his own. Oh, the bat. That's Darby's bat. Yuta must have placed it in the ring. And Darby, come on! Wow!
Sting's bat in the head of Darby!
Oh, the irony.
Oh, my.
Here's your winner, the Bastard, PAC.
I want to make light of the situation, but you live by the bat. I guess you die by the bat.
PAC had a plan all along. Maybe on some level, the Bastard knew that he couldn't beat Darby one-on-one in a wrestling match.
It was a plan all along. It was Sting's baseball bat. Unfortunately, that came into play.
Might have been a plan B, but either way, the Death Riders with a very important victory to start out Full Gear.
Darby Allin puts through hell. Here tonight, the Bastard PAC, like it or not, victorious at Full Gear, presented by DC.